guys. Hey. Why do you look so sad? P.S. I know this is not a good enough video idea for a fashion account during quarantine, but it's rough out here. Okay, I'm gonna let you go. I love you, bye. She just stays for the booty scratch. Scratch, scratch. It's rough out here. Only thing I'm styling is my dog. Her face! She's like, you are not styling me. Okay, but check this out. Isn't it adorable? So in this video, I'm gonna teach you how to spoil your dog while I spoil myself a little bit and actually put some pants on for the first time in like a week. Pants, pants, pants. And no, not tracky jackies. By the way, I know this is a real downer, but ain't nobody gonna go Easter hunting. So I'm gonna eat some chocolates. Well, it was a full Easter egg before. Hanako. Drink wine. Eat chocolate. And sew with me. For many reasons, one being I am broke, can't afford a sewing machine, definitely don't have one lying around, and I need a task to do now or I will die of boredom. This tutorial will only use equipment that you probably already have lying around at home, so you can get to it ASAP. Pins. If you don't have pins, that's okay. You can use tape or clips or anything to temporarily secure the fabric together while you hand stitch to make it easier. A needle to sew. Yes, the smaller the better. I really don't suggest using any other needles but a sewing needle. Some thread, a hell of a lot of it because there will be a lot of sewing, but one roll will be enough. Scissors to cut through. Thread and some fabric. And lastly, material. Because I don't have fabric just lying around everywhere, well, I do, it's just clothes and not perfect rolls of printed material, I will be using shirt, jumper, long sleeved anything, fabric of any sort. Pick it up and flip that shit. The first step was to put the shirt on Ginger and see where it needed adjusting, which was around the belly. After recording with pins, if you're daring, or a pen, cut the fabric an inch longer than the length you want. Try not to slice through the middle of it as well, you want to save as much full fabric as you can for later. Because my long shirt had thick elastic hems at the bottom of the arms and shirt, I cut these off separately and I'm going to sew them back on later so that there isn't a rough edge to the doggy jumper, and so it'll also suck in and hold tightly. To make it easy for you later, grab this hem and measure how tight around the belly you want it. Once you have marked it off, remembering to keep an inch on both sides, cut the piece to the right length. Because dogs, not doggies, weird, because they have feet underneath them and not hanging awkwardly off their sides like us, it means the leg holes are going to be much closer together along the chest and their backs are going to need to be much wider. After checking how tight I wanted it to sit around Ginger's neck and her tummy, I marked it with a pin on the neckline and the bottom hem and proceeded to making a line down the middle an inch from where you want it, cutting the excess fabric off and putting it aside for later. Now we're going to put together this Frankenstein. Instead of just stitching it all on, voila, I'm going to turn it inside out, pinning together the chest piece and the bottom hems like they are kissing. Not on top of each other, that is inappropriate, like they are kissing. Making sure that the extra fabric is on the inside of the shirt as well so we can hide the messy work inside, adjusting the hem however you need to fit the fabric, even if you need to scrunch it up, like a scrunchie. And then you sew it all together. Let's backtrack a bit. A back stitch. Everything will be stitched together with a back stitch. Why is it so hard? Back stitch. That was easy. Back stitch. It's pretty simple. Stab a hole, go back a little bit, and go forward a little bit times 2. And then you just repeat that by then going back again and then forward 2 spaces, back, it's pretty simple. After we've done the back stitch, we will trim any excess fabric, and just to be extra and keep these biddies nice, we will do a blanket stitch, which is pretty much just stabbing a hole, jumping over the bridge, stab, going under the bridge, under the thread, and then just jumping over the bridge again, going under the bridge, through the thread, and repeat, repeat, repeat. And then tying a knot. It can look something like this. Just don't mess up all your hard work by doing some puny knot that will either unknot or slip through the hole, because that would really, really suck. You know what would be really bad is if this video just became me drinking wine and eating chocolate while procrastinating. That would be, without a doubt, a quarantine tragedy. Oh shit, I'm procrastinating. Alright, coming back, sew together the center, doing first the back stitch, cut any fabric, then the blanket stitch for safety, you know the drill, and then proceed to doing the hems along the bottom of the shirt the exact same way. Then do the hem where it connects in a circle. Yeah, so I just had a dream about vampires. Oh man, it's 10 a.m. But anyway, let's continue where we left off yesterday. Hey guys, so it is currently 10:30. I've just tried the jumper on Ginger and she is not wearing it properly. Go girl, go girl. And it looks pretty good. Do you wanna come here? You wanna come? Come. Okay, so look at the way like it fits. It's kind of, if I give you a head scratch, you can stay a little bit. So it's a little bit tighter around here, which is good, and then baggier over here. I think so far it fits pretty well. I decided I also wanted to add a hoodie, so that would be super duper fun. So yeah, so the next thing I'm gonna do is adjust the sleeves. Don't spill the tea. So I've decided I'm gonna give up on the idea of pants today. Okay, that's probably not a good idea. I will give up on pants for the morning. What time is it? I literally have an hour and 10 minutes. I am gonna finish sewing this thing together and then I'm gonna put some pants on. Now for the arms, we are going to cut the length we prefer and keep the hem to attach back later. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ah. With the hem, wrap around the legs and measure each side how tightly you would like it. Keep in mind as well an inch on both sides. I would put a pin in, but I'm kind of worried that she's gonna pick herself because that's something I have been doing all night, making sure to get a leg. Just remember as well that the hem will be attached to the end, so cut off the fabric with that length in mind. Sleeve is done. I still haven't done this bit, but that's like really easy, just sewing these two bits together, as you probably already know. Bam! I'm done. No, not really. I've done like the boring part, the parts where like I have to sit here and time-consumingly sew, but it's kind of actually nice. That sounds super like, but it was like relaxing, relaxed. It was nice. But anyway, so this is what it looks like so far. Doggy jumper. So this is gonna be the bottom. Anyway, I'm gonna put this on Ginger and see what it looks like. Excited? You excited to try on your new jumper? Okay. You ready? You ready? How cute is her little paws? Hey G, what's up? Do you like your new jumper? So it's kind of puffy, which is kind of stylish. You can kind of dig it. Oh, and she's gone. Don't know if I can. For the hoodie. Okay, I got this. So using whatever is left over, I slice the sleeves in half so they would lie flat, and put them on either side of the chest piece and patchwork it up so it made one big piece of material for the most of the hood. The largest piece in the middle, smallest on the very ends. The next part is a little tricky. I use the leftover bottom of the shirt that is the largest to make the adjustable string part of the hoodie, as well as the hem around the hoodie to make it neat. You can put the string in to begin with or just thread it through later, but fold the piece in half and adjust the size of the gap to whatever you prefer, pinning the both sides together. Next, we will make sure it is inside out, both the hoodie hem and the larger fabric piece, and pin them together. I am lazy, you could stitch the hem together first, then stitch that onto the hood, but I just wanted to do one stitch that would connect, both sides of the hem together and the hood. Make sure that all pieces are on the inside before pinning it all together and stitching. Back stitch, then blanket stitch. Next, I turn the shirt inside out again and pin together the hood and the shirt. Because there was all that excess fabric to fit around the collar, I pinned through the fabric, kind of zigzagging in a sense, a straight line towards where I wanted the hem of the hood to connect. Okay, so now you know what fabric you don't need. You don't need anything past this zhuzh right over here. That is, we're gonna tuck this in. The reason I did this was so that I could tie a knot at the length I wanted it to be. And then I was able to adjust the ripple look before I would pin on and sew it all together. Remember again, before you stitch everything together, to pin the pieces as if they are kissing. Yeah, you get me. Now cut off any excess fabric that is definitely not needed, allowing at least an inch space to stitch. You know the drill. Finally, stitch the ends of the hoods together, leaving a neat open hole for the strings to adjust. For this particular step, I just improvised a bit and stitched together whatever pieces I could find. Okay, one last step, finally get dressed and take a shower. What time is it? 4. Took me 24 hours to do this. Oh man, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope this helped. in some way at all. I know quarantine for me has been a little bit tricky. I've been either really stressed because I've got so much to do, or really down because I'm doing nothing. There is just a lot of emotions going around right now, so I hope you guys are all staying safe and all healthy. Feel free to comment down below. I'm going to answer to all the comments. Feel free to chat. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm just going to go watch TV and like do nothing for a solid week now. Alright, have a good week, guys. Bye.